Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
And going to keep doing things like that and curing people's medical issues. He's recovering, fortunately. Around the church, that's who we're looking for. Hello there.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reid, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
So now you equate being lost and science with each other. You, sir, have issues. Many issues. But, if you'll forgive my intrusion into personal matters, do you have any family?
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
Seriously? You sent him out on a preaching crusade in the middle of a bloody epidemic. I'm not sure if that's brave or stupid, honestly.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic?
Yeah,
As a
that.
true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
Right.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
Okay. Well, there's a new investigation for us to look into. Got a few of them that I need to get into.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Well, I prefer to have my information grounded in fact and reality, but I'm talking in the perspective of Dr. Reid, obviously, but at the same time, he's not opposed to hearing new viewpoints that are less factually based. I mean, we are a vampire, and believing that in itself required quite the leap of faith, I would imagine. So, perhaps a little bit more faith that is less grounded in reality is called for nowadays.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
Go on. As batshit insane as this is sounding so far, the least I can do is hear what he has to say.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Cleansing fire. How exactly do you plan to cleanse the city? As you so eloquently put it, Mr. Preacher.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will
And
recognize
this,
his own.
I think, more than justifies the use of our vampiric mind manipulation.
And purified by the flames.
Purified by the flames. That sounds like burning people at the stake. For God's sake, man, this is the fucking 20th century. You can't seriously be suggesting that.
Fire is just the instinctive answer of a caveman facing something he does not understand. This is the 20th century.
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool?
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
The Vicar of St. Mary's Church, you say? This man is a lunatic. He is insane.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Yes, and if we never have to speak to him again, it will be too soon. Really will. I mean, he's a goddamn nutcase. He wants to just burn everything. He wants to cure the epidemic with lots of fire. This guy is nuts. Completely and utterly batshit insane. Really? How can you think this? It's madness. But before we go on, I want to talk to you.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reid. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger.
Not willing to talk.
Street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly.
Maybe she can't speak.
I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it?
Okay. Apparently it's not because she's mute.
You don't seem to
Maybe.
need my medical attention for now.
Okay.
Very well. Goodbye then.
I'm not sure what's going on there, but for some reason, that young lady does not want to speak to us. I'll have to see about doing something about it. I could go through there, but I don't think so. Not right now. Find Clayton. That's my objective right now, as well as talk to everyone.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for
What,
you?
is she a
I'm
prostitute?
for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reid.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
I can arrange that, if it's money you're looking for. Fatigue, eh? We can help you with that, also. I'll ask the prostitute about hers. Sure, why not?
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
Well, you can see this as a novelist
I am, however, curious
situation, then.
into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options
Yeah,
left.
I can't exactly tell from the accent. Is she Russian? Because she's a migrant. I didn't think the UK had that many problems with being racist against migrants during the 1920s, which I assume is when this game is set. But I could be wrong. Anyways, we're not gonna tell her to try to find a job. Another job, I should say. From what I can tell here, she has tried and failed. I'm somewhat reluctant to pick that bottom one because I don't know what tone it will be set in. Will it be more like, I'm not going to judge you for making a decision, you decided to do this, or more along the lines of, you decided to get by sleeping with random people, deal with it, kind of thing. If it's this first one, I'm fine with it. If it's the second one, not so much. So we'll just simply tell her that we don't judge her.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Very well, I will respect that.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed, or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
Okay. But your line of work does have quite a few health risks.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
Okay, and what about the health of your clients?
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Fair enough. But I'm going to ask anyways if... Oh, I can't offer her fatigue treatment because I don't have any treatment for fatigue made. I will have to make some. I'll be back to see you once I have what I'm after.
Take care of yourself as best you can.
Find Clayton Darby. Who is that? Don't believe we've met anyone by that name. Whitaker? It's the crazy priest? Fuck you. Is this him?
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reid.
Dr. Reid, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able.
Finally, some appropriate recognition.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
I still say it's disgraceful, though.
It's a disgrace. People are left to die alone. No one is properly informed of the risks.
These are bad times indeed. So much for the glorious British Empire.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
Well, a decent reporter wants to print about the truth. Interesting. Don't see many of those around. I'll need to start making a bunch of treatment for fatigue to help out these folks.
That's quite
because we don't have a lot of it.
But is the public
And
interested?
in fact, we're out.
And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
So I am going to need to find a nearby hideout and make, for now, let's say, 2 treatments for fatigue.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
I don't know for certain, but I have to tell you, my rationalism has been rather shaken recently.
I must confess, some of my rational views have been shaken by recent events.
I'll remember to stay away from the district's roughest streets then.
And I've heard something about migrants and jobs. Apparently, it's something of a problem these days.
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
Oh, that's right. Women being able to vote was not a thing before, like, the early to mid-1900s. But let's have a little word. I'm looking into something about an underground medical dispensary. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
So, how would we approach this? It's confidential, I care about public health. A nurse I know is compromised. Well, I'm going to stay away from that one because so far I haven't seen a reason to out Nurse Crane and let people know what she's been up to. So, I'm going to be a little bit vague, but reveal something. I care about public health, simply will have to do.
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
Well, he knew anyways, so I guess we could have told him, but
doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
But I don't think that would have been an approach that Dr. Reid would have taken. Seriously, this Mr. Darby has... Sorry, wrong person. This accomplice has no relatives, you're sure?
He has no relatives at all?
No, except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nithercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nithercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Behind the church, eh? I'll have to look into that.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Interesting. Goodbye then.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Yes, I'll come back when I have the supplies for what I'm interested in, curing some fatigue and all that. Behind the church. That is someone I'm looking for. Okay. You bastards are making my life extremely difficult. Through no fault of your own. And I am going to have to hurt you. Okay, heal yourself through the use of blood, please. That's one down. Come on now. Oh, Johnny boy. Bastards. You people are bastards. Come on. Heal yourself a bit more. You sons of bitches. Ugh, seriously. Not go well. Okay.
You are blinded by your false.
Okay, let's see. There's a hideout somewhere over this general direction. Something I need to look into. I'm getting inside. because hideouts have places where I can do my usual messing around. And do things like make supplies to heal people who need such things. And there are 2 such people I know of right now. Here is our hideout. Get inside and make a few medical supplies for fatigue. I'll take that. Now, also take that. Ring as well. Looty McGloot loot, of course, as I am in all games. I'll have that. Your hideout unlocked and all. Now. I'll make a few more of those. Case. And we have some stuff that needs analysis. Like blood serum. And make a few more types of cures. I'm going to make 2 blood serum there so I can regenerate my blood points. Refill all. Go. And of course over here we have a bunch of violent idiots who will try and disembowel me with a rusty spoon if I interact with them. So I won't interact with them. Now, I'm heading out. There's a couple of citizens who have fatigue that we need to cure real quick. Granted, one of them is a prostitute, but still. We need to cure their asses. Let's get up to over by the church and find him guy again. I have something for him.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Medical checkup?
Assistance? That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught during my investigation.
Here you go. Got something for you.
Persist in investigating the most pox-ridden boroughs of London. You must accept the risks.
Thank you, sir.
Well, that'll do
Goodbye,
it.
Mr. Darby. Farewell.
He is recovering now. Let's see. Does anyone else we've met have medical problems right now? Darius here has bronchitis. I'm going to bring him a cure for that once we finally meet up. And we want to meet basically everyone there is for this district, I think. Now, let's find our other fatigue-ridden person, prostitute. There she is.
Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind, Mr. Reid?
Not what I was thinking
Do you
of.
need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
No price right now.
I am shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
Price? Really? But you'd know better. Well, cured the prostitute of her fatigue.
Take care of yourself as best you can.
There's a little more experience for curing people. I rather like taking this sort of approach and playing the good doctor who occasionally feeds on people to keep his thirst for blood at bay, rather than being an evil bastard who eats everyone we come across. I like the approach we're presently taking the best. Let's find this mailbox and letter first, I think. Let's see. Bouquet of flowers with a hidden medical checkup thing in there. Mila. He secretly distributes. There's Crane. Elsie? One other thing. I could chat with her, but not right now, I don't think. And we still have the enlist because of the war effort thing from World War I sitting around. Another one of those. Now I need to find this mailbox. Probably not going to succeed at locating it. It is quite the large area to search, after all.
Would you like me to revive you?
Risen by your daily routine.
This is the wrong place. And I just like using that ability because I think it's neat, basically.
It's locked, all right.
No real reason. Now let's nom on some rats. We've got a few around. May as well replenish our blood supply like that. Nom on a few rats.
Thirst for blood.
And I've almost filled up my blood meter again.
This is despicable.
Hey, it's rats. Better rats than humans, right? At least that's my present opinion on the whole subject. I mean, Doctor, disgusting as it might be, you have to admit, better this than you start eating your patients, isn't it? Or am I wrong about that? Would it be better to eat your patients? It's possible, but extremely unlikely. Now, it's time to head home. So let's get up here. Right now, there was meant for bronchitis it is gonna make for that one guy, but we're a tiny bit short on potassium permanganate, or however it is you say that. But now I think we're going to rest for the evening. And we have 790 experience, which will level up. And next, I will move on to unlocking a defensive power, I think. The Blood Barrier. That will absorb direct damage for as long as it is around. And I'm going to actually read the text on it this time, unlike what I've done for the last few upgrades. Vampires afraid of suffering damage are familiar with the Hardiness ability. This Blood ability will protect the vampire from direct damage. Unfortunately, it does not stop them from being grabbed by enemies. You can hurt my body, but only if you can catch me. I will take one level of this, and that has now caused us to reach level 10. We have 190 experience now, meaning there's basically nothing we can actually get. Because all of the ultimate abilities require 1000 experience per. And anything else that we want to level up, the minimum to level up anything right now is 300 points. We don't have that. So I will confirm, and we'll rest until it's night again. So, now... Whitechapel has improved from serious to stable. We cured a couple of people's problems, so things are slowly starting to get better. West End here we haven't even been to yet, so we know nothing about it. Pembroke Hospital, they are still healthy. I'd like to get it up to sanitized eventually, but we haven't met everyone there yet, so not happening. And we're going to have to return to the docks at some point to have a look around and meet all the different people. But for now, not Pembroke, Whitechapel is doing alright. There's still some people I haven't met. But prices may have changed. The district is stable. It's not doing terrible anymore, but it's out of immediate danger. But with that done, I'm going to end the recording here. So, this has been DarkPhoenix Gaming. And you, my dear YouTube viewers, have been watching my Let's Play of Vampyr. If you've enjoyed this, then please leave a like, share this video with anyone else you think might also enjoy it. Comment down below if you have any tips or suggestions, or just want to tell me how none of my decisions make any goddamn sense. And subscribe to see more like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.